What's going on, everybody? Oh, that looks bad. Happy Wednesday. All right, let's get that. There we go. That's a little better. Picked that guy up last night or yesterday. See who's in the chat. What's going on, everybody? Scott, Flipping Particles, Pamela, Brian, Tracy, Chris. What's going on, everybody? Hey, Vicky, DJ West. Glad to see everybody in the chat. As we go through tonight, guys, I want to hear again what you guys sold. Let's make that a nightly thing. Just start putting it in there, what you sold, how many of you sold, and what platform. I just got something else on. Oh, yeah, the 10 o'clock Poshmark party pops up on my phone. I always think I see the Poshmark alert, and I think it's something. I never remember that 10 p.m. they start, whatever they start. Heart Addiction Flipper at 7. Nice. We'll talk about, so tonight we'll talk about cross-posting, how I do it, why I do it, and it's basically why I do it is going to be the first 3 items that I show you today. I sold, was it 2 things on Poshmark, 1 on eBay, 2 that I'm still waiting on payment. So it wasn't a bad day for a Wednesday, but I did have a monster haul as well. I'm going to show you what I picked up. I went to 2 places because I had to run out and get dog food after work. So there is a Goodwill right down there that I usually go to just on the weekends. So I happened to stop in there today, and I found something pretty expensive. Star City Picker has 5. Nice. Hey, John Daynard, what's up? Sue Ann passed 1,400. Awesome. Oh, you have 0 today. Oh, not good. It's all right. Keep listing. Who sends $2.50 on a $10 offer on a $10 item? Someone the last night on, was the last night or the day before, sent me a $5 offer on a $40 teacup. I countered at, it was $39.99. I countered at $39.49. I never heard from them again. Scott had 4 on eBay, 2 Amazon. Nice. So that kind of like segues into cross-posting. Now, my major cross-posting platforms are, and for those of you that are brand new, cross-posting is taking one item and posting it to another platform, one or multiple. Hey, Lay, what's up? Posting it to one or multiple. Now, there's some pros and there's cons. The pros are your items are at multiple places, potentially getting multiple eyes on them. The bad part is you have to keep on top of it for once it sells, you have to pull it down, especially if you have everything on eBay and you cross-posted everything else. If it sells over here and it's still on eBay, you're going to get dinged pretty bad on eBay. So you kind of have to make it in your process to always take down your eBay listings. You can end your listings if they're buy it nows. You can end them without penalty. Just don't, there's you can end it, yeah, without penalty. So you go edit, end listing, and then you click end, and it'll take it down. You will get dinged though if someone buys it and you cancel the order. Did you say out of stock? That's where you get dinged. Harlan, hey, what's up? Jason, what's going on? Good to see you. So I'll show you what I did here. 3 things that actually have been paid and sold. Liquidation lot. Sold. I told you this would sell really fast. This was the, look for this, the School Pro. I've seen these with vendors at ASD. You just got to have to get them at the right price. I believe the last one I sold, I got in a regional A box because this is heavy. But sold for 25. It is pretty much brand new. I did test it. It does work. Everything works on it. But I did find them at ASD. The buy price wasn't that great. Shipping will eat into it. Now, the only reason I got it was because of liquidation. Otherwise, if the price is right or wrong, I probably wouldn't buy them. Pamela, yeah, Pamela, you're going to ASD, right? All right. The next 2 are Poshmark. And I think I only have 2 on Poshmark today. Jason, I know you sell on Poshmark. There's some other people on the channel that sell well on Poshmark. Jason actually sells a lot. If you don't follow Thrift Trader, head over there and give him a follow. But Poshmark, what I do with all my clothing, every clothing item that I've received, I think it was since either Thanksgiving or Christmas, I cross-post every eBay clothing item to Poshmark as it comes in. I'm not taking other items that I have just on eBay and going back in and putting them in Poshmark. I'm just going to let those sit as it is. What I do is I inventory. So the stuff I show you today, I'm going to inventory into a spreadsheet, cut all the tags off, and inventory. Basically, I write the title in my Excel file, and then I take pictures of it. I take pictures on my. All I use is my iPhone. Take pictures of every item all at once, and then once I'm done with pictures, I sit down, and I have Poshmark and I have eBay, and I have both of them open. And what I do is I copy what I inventory because that is the exact title that I use in both platforms. I copy it on my Excel sheet, sell similar on eBay, and then paste it in Poshmark. All my photos are photo streamed into my iMac automatically, so I don't have to do anything. If you don't have an iMac or iPhone, you could just get your pictures in as normal. I simultaneously list the same item on both platforms at the same time. Poshmark listing, I can get a piece of clothing item on Poshmark in probably 3 to 5 minutes, depending on pictures and if I have to flip. But I'd say more to 3. Now, the only caveat for me is I don't put measurements on them. No measurements, nothing. Pac-Man only cross-posts certain items. And the reason why I started Poshmark is because, one, if I sell a polo shirt on eBay for 20 bucks, I usually net around 10, and that's at a $4 buy price, $4 to $2, depending. Give or take $10 profit. Well, on Poshmark, I get more money for those items, depending on, I believe, your threshold. Jason, correct me if I'm wrong. If it's $15 and below, the percentage that Poshmark takes is lower than if you're higher than 15 bucks. But I tend to see, now this is a blanket statement, I tend to see that my Poshmark profit, after all said and done, is higher than eBay in some cases. And I'm going to show you these items. I would have never sold these as quick as I did if they weren't on Poshmark. So, and I don't know if it's just luck of the draw or it just happened that someone was looking for it on Poshmark, but I've been finding that I'm selling things that wouldn't move on eBay potentially as quick as they do on Poshmark. But, so for example, this guy best offered me today, this morning, and I wanted to make sure I had it in stock. So I got home tonight, checked it was in stock, and counter offered him. He took my counter. I ended up selling this for, I think it was $18. $18 on Poshmark. If you guys aren't finding Tiger Woods, this is a nice Tiger Woods one. It has the TW on the neck. It has the little vented stuff on the collar. You can find these also in Adidas polos. Some of their performance polos have that vented on the collar. And it's got a cool black line down the back. So those sell well. Sold that. Just got a question about an item I've misplaced. Oh, that's the worst, Tanya. We misplaced an item. I've done that. I spent like an hour looking for it. So this sold, and it's a medium. Mediums are probably one of my worst sizes for selling. I was glad to get rid of it. $18. It's out the door, and I think minus fees. So I'll tell you what, for the sake of profit, let's just give you that example, and then why I'm not making buckets compared to eBay, but it is a hair better than eBay. Crap. Balance sales. All right, so this item sold for 18. After fees, I'm making $14.40. So $10.20 is going to be my profit. And the other nice thing about Poshmark, if you're not listing on it, all you have to do is print off your label, stick it in a box, and it's out the door. I don't have to weigh it. I do polybag it just like I do eBay, but it's super easy to ship. That's the other thing I love about it. And it's free to list. You list, I have over, what do I have? Let's see in my closet. I have 671 listings. So it's free just to put it out there. And it's part of my process. That's the key. You want it to be part of your process so that it just comes second nature. You're posting on eBay and you're throwing it right on Poshmark at the same time. Now, let me show you the code, and I'll talk to you about Amazon. What I do on Amazon, I don't really cross-post on Amazon. But I sold this Sperry weighted kind of weighted coat. You can see it here. Sperry, if you can look for this brand does pretty well. Top cider. Look for that. There was only one issue, which I did list with it. The bottom cinch kind of came out. You can see right there, came out from the bottom here. You can see on this side, it's in there. So that was the only thing that was wrong with it. This, I can't believe I got as much as I did for this. And sometimes that's where Poshmark surprised me a little bit. And I don't know, Jason, if you come across this, but let's see, sales, go back to my sales. I sold this for $35. After all said and done, $28, I think I paid $6 for it. So $28 is what I'm taking home. I don't have to, I mean, I paid for shipping out of the fee, but $28 is going in my pocket minus my buy price is I think it's $5 or $6. So what, 22, 23 bucks? Now, if I sold this on eBay, I'd probably be netting around 15 after shipping. This is real heavy. As long as your item is under 5, I think it's 5 pounds, you're just printing the label and shipping it. And what's really nice, because I can shove this in a regional box and slap the label on it, and it's good to go. And I believe, Jason, you can use flat rates too, right? For the same, just put the label on the flat rate, it's good to go. So that sold. I'm glad that got out of here, because I don't think that would have sold on eBay. Chris, you think Peter Millar, Under Armour Oakley shirts sell better on Posh eBay? Scott, that's a toss-up. If I had to look at my numbers, I think eBay is a little better for those, but I've sold those same brands, Peter Millar, Under Armour Oakley, on Poshmark, just not as quick as eBay. And I don't know if it's just timing, but they do sell. So, yeah. Oh, so Don's saying, yes, you can use flat rate. So that's the other right. With that, if I used a flat rate on eBay, I'm out $12 right off the, let's just round up to 13. I'm out $13, right? So that's why I like some of the heavier things under the 5 pounds, but I would still get eaten alive on eBay for that. Jason says he has not used. I thought you could regional and flat. I believe I looked on their blog. Carissa, is that how you say it? Carissa, how's it going? Darren, thank you for the super chat. I appreciate it. Darren just sold a Lakers polo shirt, so he's been buying sports polos as well. So clothing, I cross-post eBay to Poshmark. If I merch and fulfill something on Amazon, that's where I create the listing on Amazon. I keep the product in my possession. I will cross-post on eBay, minimally. Minimally, I'll do that. Like I had a calculator. I did it with electronics for a little bit. But I tend to send all my stuff. If I send it into FBA, I leave it on FBA. I do not post it anywhere else. But I rarely will post my merch and fulfilled outside other channels, but I do. Very little. Mercari, I tend to put a lot of my wholesale stuff in Mercari. So you talk about my Todd Gurley shirts. I got a ton of those. All my hockey jerseys, all my wholesale hockey jerseys. I want as much visibility as those. I've sold those on Poshmark. I've sold them on eBay, and I've sold them on Mercari. So I have them all across the board there. That's where I will bring Mercari in, is on my wholesale purchases. Nick McNutt, my Poshmark store is Soccer 4822 if you want to find it. Carissa new to Poshmark and can't figure it out. Any hints? Basically, just take photos, put it up there. You have a limited number of characters in your title. That's the only thing I don't like. You have to be very concise in your titles. I do post a longer title in the description. That's it. I do not go into detail. I'm minimizing my time in listing. Sharing. So people are scared off from Poshmark about sharing. And I talked to Lauren, Hot Chic Thrift. She's on her Sunday night panel. She said, I believe she was saying that you don't have to share as much if you list every day. I do not share whatsoever. I get 1 to 2 sales every day or two on Poshmark, and that's being generous. I probably get 1 or 2 a week. Donna shares once a month. I never share. if I'm bored and I'm in there looking at stuff or canceling a listing, I might go hit share on something, but I never share. Now I don't know if I would share more if I'd get more sold items, but Carissa, I would just say to put them up there. My Mercari, I don't pay much attention to Mercari. I just let that stuff sit, and I like Mercari and Poshmark because it's free, or at least free to put it up, right? So you can play with it. You could throw up as much as you want, and see what happens, right? A tip here. Here's a tip that I slowly took me time to learn. In my spreadsheet, when I track my item by item, my item by item detail, the title that I use in both platforms is what I record in my spreadsheet. So that title, I keep my spreadsheet. That same title, I match eBay to Poshmark. And why I like doing that is because when I sell something on eBay and I have to find that listing in my spreadsheet, I can search some word in my title and I can search for it in both platforms and I find the exact same listing. And the pictures are the exact same. So I know I have the right listing that I'm pulling down. That's how I keep them the same. It's a lot easier to control and find what you need to if you have the same title. Plus, it matches your spreadsheet. Flipping particles, I have 671 at the moment. B-Town Picker, can't wait to try Poshmark. Yeah, give it a try. It's not, I say it's not hard. If you have any questions, reach out. There's more people in the chat that are a lot more fluent in Poshmark than I am. I have a little success, but not as much as like Thrift Trader, and you can't use as many characters in Posh. Yeah, I believe, Pac-Man, I believe the title in Poshmark, I think it's 40 characters. So when I copy and paste, and what's nice is I list on my desktop or laptop for Poshmark. I copy, even if it's 85 characters on my eBay title, I will copy and paste that same exact title in the description in Posh, and then I paste it in the title, and it cuts it off. It truncates it, right? It kicks off the last couple digits, and I'll edit it as I have to. But as long as the first 40 characters match on both sides, I'm good. What do you do on hard goods that have price printed on the product, not removable label, eBay platform specific? Little David's Boutique. What I do is I try to remove it. It's depending on what item it is. Let's say it's hard plastic. I'll test it with certain items. Don't use a bunch of stuff. I use Goo Gone, depending on what it's written on. Rubber could be a little tough. Otherwise, I've heard of people putting a number in front of it, but usually I can get that stuff off. Little Goo Gone will take it off, take off the price tag. If it's a vintage item, so for example, I've sold a couple models from, I think the tag was from like KB Toys, and the price was like $8. I'll leave that on there just because you're showing age of the item and you're marking it up. So that's, I mean, people know about that. But if someone's sharpied in something, I'll do my best to remove it. Do you share your whole closet to social media or go to each item and update it to share it? Chris, if you're going to share items, if I were to do it, if I'm in the app, I'll hit the little arrows that form a circle and hit share and share to my followers. But I rarely do that. Cardboard products, if it's Sharpie, you're most likely not going to get it out. If it's the cardboard, like a Lego gloss on the box, you know, it's glossy, you can normally get them out with Goo Gone. Scott's saying Goo Gone and Heat Gun. Yeah, play with it that way. Otherwise, add a number to the front. Any racers, pink one? How do you feel about your $9.99 and under listings? Do you feel that 35-cent fee dragging down the sale? Just in time. I have very few $9.99 listings. The ones that I do, I just tell myself I'm making. For those type of items though, I make sure my buy price is in line. I'm not going to buy something for $5 and have a listing at $10 because after fees and shipping, with a $5 buy price, you're going to be negative. But usually my $9.99 items are from Goodwill outlets where I've paid a couple cents for them. I know I'm making $5 to $6 depending on shipping. Otherwise, if I break even, I sold the item and got my money back. That's the way to look at it, right? You at least made a profit or broke even. Now, the goal is not to break even. The goal is to make money. So I try not to worry too much about that. Gugon's the best. Warren Reseller says, what's it you say? Desolve it. Desolve it. I've never heard of that. Darren, yeah, Darren, you need to try Poshmark. You gotta put your clothes up there. My sports stuff, like this stuff, I sell a lot of NHL jerseys through Poshmark. How long would you run the ad? I don't do any ads. Hey, Scott, the Bearded Picker, what's up? If you guys, I'm sure you guys are. If you're not, head over to the Bearded Pickers channel. Give him a follow. He does a lot of good RA stuff. Carissa does well with eBay. Yeah, eBay. I mean, eBay is probably my money pot right now. I'm trying to grow Poshmark to be that. Amazon is really where I'm trying to grow now. So actually, shipments just went in today. So we'll see what happens. But most of my Amazon inventory is 90% of the time stuff I'm not going to list on eBay. If it's VCRs and DVD combo players, that is strictly FBA. I do not cross post that. Only if stuff's gated, I will post it on eBay. Otherwise, FBA is kind of its own beast. Once you put it out there, stuff gets sold so fast on FBA, and if you're not on top of it and you have it on eBay, you could get hit pretty hard on eBay. So I would not, personally, I would not cross post from FBA to eBay. I get that question sometimes. Would you cross post eBay to FBA? I would not. Where's better to sell baby clothes? Pamela, I have not sold I've sold onesie twosies baby clothes, like baby t-shirts, John Deere t-shirts, Under Armour, baby stuff. I would still cross post them. If you had a lot to do, I would cross post them. But main thing today, guys, don't be afraid to cross post. Most of my sales on this stuff on Poshmark would still be sitting in my eBay closet. Tommy Bernhard, return rate on combos, I think I've had one out of, I don't know, 50. I had one VCR or two, a VCR and a DVD player came back. They worked fine. So I just tested them, shipped them back in. So to answer your question, not many. I think I've had one of every VCR combo player that I've sent in. And what's awesome about sending them in is once they hit the warehouse, if it's a good brand, they sell really, it's instantaneous. So don't lower your price, but yeah, no returns. Even though eBay says no, no, no. For what, cross posting? Need to pick up some women's jerseys and sports shirts at ASD. I did get some women's jerseys are probably the hardest for me to sell. Youth jerseys and women's jerseys sit the longest. Some you can make your money on, like you can make a lot of profit on them. They just might sit for a little bit. I actually was lucky to sell my youth St. Louis Rams jersey the other day, but I only sold it for, I think it was $20. Otherwise, I would have been sitting on that forever. I have a ton of kids' jerseys. I buy them anyway, but kids' jerseys will sit. And they usually, depending on if it's sewn or stitched or screened on, kids' jerseys, you'll probably get around average $14. So just be aware of your buy price of youth jerseys. What I meant is if you say your pencil sharpener was for sale listed on eBay for 6 months, no sale, and your only asking was not $10, when would you pull the item off if you had paid, say, $1? I don't pull any listings off just in time. I leave everything up. I've had items sell in 10 minutes. I've had items sell listed for a year, and I've got my asking price. I mean, that's just me. I don't pull them down. Where to get combos? Abdel, I get them from the thrift store right now. You can go garage sales and get them there as well. You could put ads on Craigslist and say you're looking for those things because majority of the population don't know that VCRs are worth money. So you could put an ad out there and say, I'll buy your VCRs. Ma, that 5-disc changer did not sell yet. It's sitting right there. I have to test it. eBay does, yeah. eBay doesn't. Cross posting is different. That's right, Donna. Little Dave's Boutique. Kids in. It's a kids clothing app. I'll have to look that up. Do you combine items on Poshmark? In terms of bundling, I have a couple listings where I have same. I'll sell like 3 Adidas polo shirts. I will bundle similar polo shirts if they aren't selling. Yeah, Donna, 5 pounds of one box. That's right. Abdel, selling price of combo players. It ranges anywhere from $80 to plus 500 plus, depending on what brands you find. Nice. Warren found an HP inkjet printer. What's the resale on that? Outdoor girls taking pics. Nice. Abdel, some of mine have remotes. You should find the remotes for them. Randy, no, the frog shirt did not sell. Frog shirt I still have. All right, so we had a lot of good discussion on cross posting. So I have 2 bags to show you. I'll show you one, just because the one has the money item in it. I'll save the other one for tomorrow. This was the quick run I had when I went to go pick up dog food. And let's see, I'll save that over here. All right, so this was one of the stores I only go to on Saturday. Really fast in here. See, there's PetSmart receipt. Put that over here. All right, so really quick. This is probably one of my best thrift stores. I love this stuff. Under Armour, this is a full zip. And this one is Under Armour Performance. So when we talked about missing zippers, see how that has the Under Armour logo on it? So my backpack has that type of zipper. And it's missing one, which sucks. But this stuff, I just got an offer on a hoodie, an Under Armour hoodie. But this zip stuff will sell high. I would not go below $29.99. If you're holding it for a while, don't go below 20. Little David's Boutique, yeah, it's a neon. I forget what it's called. It's a neon frog shirt. It's really cool. So yeah, Under Armour, look for those. I gotta not mix my piles up. I bought one thing. I don't know if I should have bought it. My only thing is when I see certain. I pick something up and it says large and it doesn't say youth on it. I'm not sure if it's a kids or if it's an adult large. Yeah, Scott's saying VCRs and DVDs sell much faster with the remote. So to Scott's point, if you go look at a combo player listing on Amazon, go to the used listings, you'll see like the first 10, I'll say no remote. And then you see one guy that's almost 200% higher than the lower listing price, and he's FBA or he or she's FBA with the remote. They command that price. So if you have the remote, don't do lowest price on your listing. Don't do lowest price if you want to hold off for high. Amazon, you'll get your money for it. Don't drop the listing. Drop the price on the listing. So yeah, remotes carry value. List them high. All right, look at this one. This one's cool. I've sold one of these I've got from the bins before. This one's awesome. We talked about jerseys the other night. Soccer jerseys are incredibly fast, do sell really well. This is a Nike, the 90 brand. I want to say model number, but it's not a model number. But Nike. And what's nice about this, on soccer jerseys, they're lightweight, they're wicking. Look for the patches. That's a patch. And the beer brand does well. The only thing I see as I'm showing you this, it's cracked here, which is okay. It'll lower my price a little bit, but it's hard to see. But should do all right. I'll still get my money for it. I only spent, I think, $45, so not bad. I hit double thrift today. Just in time says DMR recorders. All right, look for that. Marie went to a concert and thrifted all the way home. There you go. So when I travel for my my day job, if I travel to other states, like I did a video in Utah when I thrifted, I'll thrift. I barely had enough room in my suitcase coming back. I thrift as I go around, but I find some cool stuff. Abdel, buy prices on combo players depends. I pick them up between $5 and $15. My average is probably $7. Women's stuff. This is actually Nike. Women's stuff and sports is a little slower. You could tell a women's, at least for these, is the inseam. And this was actually in the women's rack. But it is a Nike Team. You can look for that Nike Team logo. And Ohio State, if you find Ohio State sewn on anything, pick it up. Hockey stuff. If who was talking about hockey? It was Parrothead Picker was talking about hockey today. Hockey items. Found this. It's actually a large, which I was surprised. It's a small large, but Buffalo Sabres. That's really cool. So this, I don't know if this is a kid's large or an adult large. Now on the tag it says large 14-16. Isn't that used sizes when they have the numbers next to it? So that's that. Usually sometimes they say kids on it, but I could not see it. I didn't look real fast. Another thing to look for, guys, if you're looking for sports stuff, at least hockey, look for center ice. Center ice stuff does really well, holds its value. Some of the stuff, yes, so everyone says yes to kids. Now, here's another thing I picked up. I almost left this behind. Is it always the numbers that where it's kid stuff? See, this one's different. I bought this just because it's brand new with tags. It is a BYU Cougars jacket. It's Adidas. And here's the tags on it. MSRP is $65. I did not look it up. It says reversible. There's a tag for 24 on it, but there you go. Reversible, BYU, size L. I guess I could hold it up to the Sabres jersey and see if it's the similar size, but I'm guessing that's a kid's coat. To lower your heat to 65 degrees until Friday? What? Oh, this is cool. I contemplated keeping this for myself. This one's awesome. Look at this. So this is BG. If you can find Adidas, so here's Adidas, right? Climb a Light. Climb a Light, that does well. Scorch, if you look for the Scorch along the collar. I find polo shirts with that. But with the unique designs of Scorch and the Adidas team stuff, if you find cool embroidered things, like look at this. BG, the Falcons, right? It's the 1,100 pound club. So I could wear this and think I'm in their lifting club. But that's a cool shirt. And look at that. If you find patterns on it, it's even better. Really cool. So I couldn't leave that one behind. It is. Oops. Someone share for those of you that are sharing my listings. Thank you. It is -1 right now. This afternoon it was -6 temperature. It was wind chill of -20. Under Armour. This is a really cool Under Armour shirt, but this is a local high school. Actually, someone today messaged me about this school. They want to know pit to pit measurements. I don't put any measurements on my listings. I wait for them to ask. I will gladly measure it, but I always wonder if I had listings on everything, would I sell through faster? I tend to sell a lot of clothing anyway without measurements. So that's a really cool yellow and gray. So that's the Upper Arlington Bears. Really like the Under Armour stuff. And last two things, and I'll save the last three things. I forgot to show you what I picked up. Last thing. This is a women's Majestic. Majestic is one of my favorite brands. So Scott mentioned those high-end brands up there before. Add Majestic to it. This is women's. It actually says fan fashion. Buffalo Bills. It's almost brand new. And you can tell based on the cut. See how it's curved in there? More than likely, that is going to be a women's shirt. Double check the tag as well. Usually they say women's on it sometimes. But Majestic is an awesome brand. It sells really quickly for me. Really fast. I say really fast. It's consistent. Let's put it that way. Second to last item, I found this. Look at this. Russell. Russell's an okay brand, but it's University of Kentucky, and it's actually logo. It's sewn in. It's not screened on. So that's pretty cool. And again, no stains on it, which is awesome. No stains or tears. Bills, my uncle coached it. Really? Pamela? That's awesome. Last thing I found. Now, this is crazy. I have to do a little more research on it. I have merchant fulfilled it. Now, I'm merchant fulfilling certain things until I get enough of a shipment again to ship it in. But I just merchant fulfill or put this up tonight. This is what I found, brand new in the package, and I'm actually ungated in it, which is crazy. It's a Bushnell Backtrack 0.3. I saw multiple listings between $50 and $130 on eBay. 130 being the unopened brand, unopened items. I got it for $299. But there you go, unopened. I couldn't believe it. This thrift store, I found I think it was an CAD calculator, sold that for $100. Then I found this. So we'll see how long this lasts. But I was quite surprised that this GPS was unopened. A lot of times, I don't know what you guys do, but I give it to my wife and I say, hey, is this unopened? Because a lot of times I'll buy something and I'll completely miss it, and I'll go to ship it and the thing's opened. So I always have someone else test it in case I miss something. She goes, no, it's closed. FYI, our Goodwill up here is 99-cent day. Awesome. Do you have to be approved to sell merchant fulfilled on Amazon? B-Town, no, you don't. I mean, you have to be approved in your brand or your category, but it's no different than, I do not think it's any different than FBA. You either sell your items merchant fulfilled or FBA, but you have to be ungated in it to sell it. Thrifting tomorrow, don't care how cold it is. Yeah, I went today and I froze. I say froze from the car to the door, but still, it was cold. All right, everybody. Thanks for coming on. That's what I picked up. I do have another bag. I will save that for tomorrow. I will have another thrift haul from the afternoon as well. To get the stuff shipped out, I'm probably going to catch up on sleep tonight. I'm going to list maybe 3 items. Cross-post 3 items. Don't. If you guys aren't cross-posting, moral of the story, moral of the show, get it posted on both. Try it and see what works for you. So, all right, guys. Stay warm. Get some stuff listed and make some money. See ya.